things that at the moment I didn't want to accept when it happened that seems to be stuck into my throat, unable to express. The changes are uncomfortable, but it's what makes us grow stronger and faster. The friends I thought would be for life betrayed me. When I think back to it now, I know it was a learning experience, but in the moment, I felt like my heart had shattered. It happened a few months ago. It was like any other day. Me and my friend Seth were heading to our class together. We were about to arrive to class when I noticed Seth suddenly started slowing down his pace, and I turned to look at him. Was something wrong, Seth? Did you forget something? Seth looked at me and shook his head. That's not it. There's something I need to tell you in private. Meet me after your last class in the library. I nodded. Sure, that's fine. When Seth heard those words, he sighed in relief, and my heart couldn't help but skip a beat. All right, it's time to head inside now, or else we will miss the class. I nodded as I followed close behind Seth, noticing that the tip of his ears were a little red, causing my heart to beat even more faster. Is this going to be a love confession? I couldn't help but cross my fingers that it was. I had a crush on Seth ever since middle school. Now we're in college together. We've known each other for many years. I can't say when exactly I started having feelings over him. It just happened. Love is something that happens unexpectedly, sometimes when you least expect it. We both sat down in our seats, but I couldn't help taking a glance at Seth, hoping it was a confession after all. After class ended, we started heading to our next class. Sadly, we didn't have the class together, so we had to go our separate ways. Before we each left to our own way, Seth turned to me and said, Don't forget the library after you're done with class. It'll be the usual spot. I nodded and he smiled. All right, I'll see you soon, he said as he quickly left. Sounds like someone's going to get confessed to, I hear my best friend Olivia say from behind. They make a nice couple anyway. Honestly, it was about time that he confessed. It was so obvious that he had a crush on Chloe for the longest time, my other friend Trisha said. I couldn't hide the grin on my face as they both walked me to my class. Me and Trisha will love to see how it all goes, but we have some other place to go today. Make sure you tell us all the juicy details, Olivia said as she gently pushed me. I nodded as they both gave me a thumbs up and left. I went inside my class, grinning from ear to ear. I just can't wait for class to be over already. I don't know if it was luck that was by my side, but the teacher decided to end class earlier, and I quickly made my way to the library. I knew it was going to be much earlier, but I didn't want to wait. Once I arrived, I didn't see Seth in our usual spot, but it was to be expected. It was still pretty early after all. I put down my bag on the table and made my way to look for a new book to read when I heard a familiar voice. I slowly got closer to listen, and I could hear Olivia's voice. Seth, there's something that we must tell you about Chloe before you talk to her, I heard Olivia say. I couldn't help but frown. Didn't they say they were going to be somewhere else? You see, Chloe hasn't told you, but she's already seen another guy, I heard Trisha say. I can't believe what I was listening to. It's all a lie. They both know that, and still, they're saying it as if it's the truth. My throat went dry, but they weren't done yet. Instead of Chloe, why don't you choose me? I'm better suited for you, don't you think? I heard Olivia say. My mind went numb, and at that moment I was done listening. I turned around and left. I didn't want to listen to what Seth had to say as a reply. I knew him, and I know what type of person he is. He knows me too well to believe their words, but I couldn't believe what Olivia and Trisha said about me. I grabbed my bag and headed to the closest restroom to calm down a little. I was trying to process everything when I heard the door open, and the voices I tried to run away from seemed to have found me. Can't believe Seth told us off like that. Like, seriously? I'm way better looking than Chloe. She's so plain and boring. There's nothing good about her, I heard Olivia say. I clenched my fist, but I tried to calm down when Trisha spoke. Yeah, I know. He didn't even believe us one bit. He called us snakes and told us that he will make sure that Chloe doesn't hang out with us anymore. That's okay. We could always tell her Chloe that Seth is playing with her and that we saw him with another girl. Chloe's too naive anyway. She always believes what we tell her. That's why I enjoy being with her. She's so easy to manipulate. When I heard that, something inside me snapped. I unlocked the door to the stall and kicked the door open, creating a loud bang that made Olivia and Trisha jump, both turning to see what caused the noise. When they both saw me, they both turned pale. I heard everything from what you told Seth and what you said just now. Olivia quickly tried to play it off. Chloe, darling, it was all a joke. We were just playing around. No need to take it seriously, she said as she tried to reach to touch my arm, and I pushed it away. Don't touch me. This is the last time I ever share words with you two. From now on, you're nothing but strangers to me. Goodbye, I said as I turned, without looking back. I know that anyone else would have said many more things than what I did, but that would just be wasting my breath. When I left the restroom, I saw Seth waiting outside, and he extended his hand to me to take it. The moment I do, tears roll down my face. He squeezes my hand before he starts leading me away from there, and I let him. My feelings were all a mess that I couldn't think about anything. Seth took me to his car and made sure to open the door for me, guided me gently to the seat and put the seatbelt on for me before closing the door. He then went to his side, got in, and started driving away. We both didn't say anything, and I was thankful for that. I just closed my eyes as the tears continued. I didn't know where Seth was going to take me, and that was fine with me. I could always trust him. After all, after a while, the car stopped moving, and Seth turned it off. When I opened my swollen eyes and turned to see where we were parked in front of his apartment, and I turned to look at him. As if reading my mind, he said, "There's no way I'm leaving you alone after this," he said as he grabbed a Kleenex and gently wiped away my tears. "Come on, let's go inside," he says as he leaves the car and makes his way to my side, opening the door for me, taking my hand to his to help me. I couldn't help but smile, even after all I went through. Seth's act of kindness is enough to bring a smile to my lips. We made our way to his home, and I went directly to sit down on his couch. Seth didn't say anything, but took a seat next to me. He put an arm around me and pulled me close to him. "It's okay. I'm right here. I'll always be here for you," Seth said softly. I nodded and I took a deep breath. After a while, I calmed down and I looked at Seth. What Olivia and Trisha said, but before I could finish the sentence, Seth broke in. Was a lie. I know. I know you too well. And I would have been the first to know if that was the truth. I nodded. Afterwards, a phone call interrupted us. When Seth took out his phone, it was Olivia. We both frowned. There's something I need to tell her. You don't mind me answering? I shook my head, and Seth nodded as he picked up the call. I could hear Olivia's voice saying a lot of horrible things about me to Seth. Telling him a bunch of lies about how I've been with many guys before, and so on. But before she could continue, Seth cut her off by saying, "Chloe's my girlfriend now, and I won't ever let you say lies about her. I don't want you ever getting close to her or me ever again." And with that, he hung up and blocked her number together with Trisha's. He then turned to me and said, "Let me see your cell phone," he said as I looked at him, dumbfounded over what just happened. But I still took out my cell phone and gave it to him. He went ahead and blocked both numbers from my phone as well. He then sighed and looked at me. "What I just said, I know I didn't ask you about it first, but I don't know if right now is the best of times." I looked at Seth, wanted him to continue, but he stopped. So I asked him, "Is that why you wanted us to meet in the library today?" Seth's face turned red, and he nodded. "Yeah, I was going to confess my feelings for you before they appeared and ruined everything. I will confess to you again, but in a better time. But is it okay for you to be my girlfriend? He said softly. I couldn't help but smile. I never seen this side of him before. It was new to me. Of course, I'd love to be your girlfriend, I said with a smile. Seth grinned and took my hand. I'll always protect you, Chloe, from anyone that wants to hurt you. I'll always stay by your side, he said as he planted a kiss on top of my hand. It was as if a vow was made that Seth took it seriously from then on. Olivia and Trisha made sure to disappear from our lives after that day on. We didn't know anything about them until rumors spread that both of them had ended up getting pregnant from the same guy and causing a huge scene. In the end, they didn't even see each other as friends either. As for me, I didn't bother making any more friends, not because I was afraid of getting betrayed again, but because I didn't need to add anyone else in my life but Seth. He completed me in every way so that I wasn't missing anything. Of course, if I meet someone who wants to be my friend, I will welcome them in because not everyone is the same. Maybe my trust wouldn't be easily won over, but it wouldn't mean I wouldn't give them a chance. But whatever the future has for me, I'll welcome it because I have Seth by my side and I know he won't ever betray me.